Farnborough Airshow is one of the biggest moments in the whole calendar over a 2-year period. But this year, of course, it's been hit by COVID-19. The show has been cancelled. But we're going to talk today to Gareth Rogers, who is the CEO of Farnborough International, the owners of the airshow. Gareth, welcome to the programme. It must be pretty depressing and gutting for you to suddenly lose this spotlight event.
Alan, firstly, good to see you, and I hope you're well. It's not been an easy few months for anybody across the world, but it's good to see you, albeit virtually. But in terms of your question, you're absolutely right. It was a devastating blow, but a devastating blow amongst many across the world. I don't think we need to sit here and wallow in our own self-pity in terms of that we're the only ones dealing with this. We're aware that many people are having to deal with this issue, but for the team who had worked for almost 2 years to get this ready, through to the industry itself that didn't have the opportunity to showcase its global reach and having a global gathering come together, the celebration that it brings, of course, that's desperately disappointing. But like I said, I guess it's a natural piece from where the world is at this point in time.
So you have this idea, and I know because I'm doing some of it, Farnborough Connect. Just tell us exactly what the idea is behind that.
Yeah, so one of the things that was very, very clear to us is that we understand that we've got an ongoing dialogue with our customers over the physical air show, but actually there was a separate piece that came out of that dialogue, which was, we still need a voice. We still want to get together. We still want to talk. And more than ever now, the industry needs the ability to come together and discuss how it's going to move forward. I don't think it's any secret to anybody that the industry is a real desperate need at the moment. That you only need to look at the number of job losses and redundancies that are happening throughout the supply chain, and right up to, airlines, right down to the people who make some nuts and bolts and everything in between. And, being able to come together and talk about how it's going to move forward, creating that COVID lens to everything that would have been discussed at the air show, it's needed. And as well, I think there's a want that whilst COVID-19 is clearly very prevalent in the airline industry and the aerospace industry, there's still a want to discuss the other things that are going on also. We can't forget about sustainability. We can't forget about the advances in transport and global urban air and those sort of things, because if we do, we're not moving the conversation forward.
So bringing together then industry, what about governments? Because they seem to be either for us or against us at the moment. Are you getting any government involvement?
Yeah, so the point is to bring together industry, regulators, governments. We're going to have government involvement in some of the panels that we're putting together. And it's important that our voice is heard. And the government have been receptive to that. But nobody is suggesting for a moment that they have an easy period as to where they put their funds, who they support, what they do. But this gives the industry the opportunity to create a voice and to push it out there, and that's led by ADS, our parent companies. And
so we'll be expecting people around the world to be watching for this. Is there a charge for coming on and visiting the virtual air show?
No charge at all. No. We didn't want to be at that charge. This was about bringing the aerospace industry together when it needed to be together. The event itself, it's not a physical, it's not just a pure virtual replacement for the Farnborough Airshow, because if we did, we would have to have people manning, virtual stands at 3 a.m. right through to sort of probably 2:59 a.m. The next day, in terms of where people are spread that come to the airshow, because they come right from the Far East to the Far West. So it's very much a conversation-led event where we're having seminars and webinars and panels and videos and all of those sort of things. But there are meet the buyer events as well, which get people talking. I know at Farnborough itself, I think there's about £11.5 million worth of business done further down the supply chain for those SMEs, which is a real lifeline, into the bigger companies. So we'll still be doing that also.
Okay, now one thing I would like to ask you is there's been some controversy we've seen in the media and with some of the exhibitors that you had about rebates for those people that have booked their space and now the show's cancelled. And what's happening with that?
I don't know if controversy is necessarily the right word, but we certainly do understand the patience and appreciate the support shown by industry during the last few months, because it's taken a long time to resolve this issue. And, you know, without that support of industry, we wouldn't have been able to, because it's not been an easy scenario, because effectively since the cancellation of the Farnborough Airshow, we've been working hard to find a solution to two objectives. The first is to ensure the long-term success of the Farnborough Airshow for the benefit of the industry that we serve. I don't think anybody will want to see the Farnborough Airshow disappear. But at the same time, that there is a converse piece of that, which is we need to ensure we make as great a return to our customers that we're able to, in order to retain their confidence and also to, as a piece of fairness, that they did invest in us as a show. And, you know, the balance between those objectives is not has not been an easy one to reach. You know, we understand and recognise that the offer that we're going to be making within the next few days may not fully satisfy all our exhibitors, but yeah, we hope they will see that, you know, through the offer we're going to make, we're trying to do our very best by exhibitors, but while still seeking to preserve the future of the airshow for, like I said, for the benefit of the industry we serve.
Because Farnborough itself, as I understand it, is a not-for-profit event, and that's correct, isn't it? So I gather you don't build up lots of profits and reserves as perhaps a commercial show organiser would.
I wouldn't say Farnborough itself is a non-for-profit, but between ourselves and ADS, we're not organisations that seek to generate huge profits and never have done. You know, ADS is a non-for-profit organisation. It's a trade body, and what we do make from a profit, we invest back into the show itself and into the site. And, you know, you're absolutely right. It's as who we are as an organisation, it hasn't made life easy, and we don't have you know, significant reserves to be able to meet, you know, to be able to supplement our existing cash flows. You know, we've exhausted every financial avenue possible, which, you know, has included a greater than forecast business rate holiday from our local authority, you know, significant renegotiation, restriction of loans with our lenders. Our staff have all taken a pay reduction. You know, there's been an exhaustive set of negotiations with our supply chain, and that's going to put us in a position to make that offer. But, you know, in particular, that negotiation with the bank has included a third-party review from an independent accountant on our numbers and our forecasts, and that has all taken time. And I wish it hadn't. I wish it hadn't taken the time. As you know, there's been a frustration from my side as well, but I can fully understand that frustration that sits from our customers, and I can only offer my apologies that it has taken so long to resolve. And we have been doing everything we can, and I hope people do see that. And we try to keep in contact with people as much as we can, but that's obviously not easy across 1,500 exhibitors.
Gareth, that's great. Thank you very much. And I think we're looking forward to seeing the outcome of the Farnborough Connect, and looking forward to 2022 when we can all do that back in person. So if you want to watch the Farnborough Connect and right through the week, it starts on July the 20th, which of course was when the airshow should have opened. So we'll see you there. Thank you.